Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Good trading to all this next week. Good morning, Steve. Wow, what a busy morning. I definitely feel like I'm behind the eight ball today. That's what happens when you decide to hit the snooze button a little bit. Okay, stock pick for today. Stock pick for today is GRPN. GRPN. Sorry, I did not get the information up here. I will. The stop will be about this 10 line, red line at about $4.90 is where it's at. About basically below the T line is what we're going to call it. So a close below the T line would be a stop. Breakout would be above Friday's close, the 20-day, 50-day simple moving average, 50-day simple moving average of about $5.25. This needs to close above the 50 to keep that rounded bottom breakout working. Now, if it pulls back, it doesn't mean the rounded bottom breakout hasn't been destroyed. It just means it really hasn't started yet. So it really needs to close above this area here. Pullback buyers, you're going to like it down in this area, but again, you want to see it get back over that green line over the 50 as soon as possible, and we'll use the T line as a stop. Possible targets up here around this, let's see, what do I have here? About $6.30, and then we'll look at something at about $8.25. I am currently long at $4.74 on this candle right here. Okay, let's take a look at the other stock picks. AXTI. AXTI moving sideways, flagging very nice, slightly over the big three. We're looking for strength above yesterday's move. If it does not, and it continues to want to pull back, we'll look for possible support down into the 20-day area, 20 and the 50 right in here. But on any kind of breakout, I would look at trading this to the long side. ONXX is trending up extremely nice. We've just got a series of little higher highs, higher lows, and it just keeps meandering on up. We've got a little gap right in here, and then it dojied all the way up and then popped up Friday. This is a T-line run. If you're in it, I would stay in it. If you're looking to buy it, try to buy it as close to the T-line as possible, and then we'll use the T-line as a stop. As long as it continues to work, you want to stay with it. CTRP. CTRP may be trying to form a J-hook. It hasn't quite put the back in yet. If it does, it'll come up and touch the 200-day moving average. That's a nice J-hook in the setup right now. You can see where we've rallied, we've pulled back, we've rallied. Little consolidation, then up. Nice swoop to the downside. Good dojis, showing some indecision down here at the 34, and now it's starting to roll up. This one here, check out the T-line cross, swing low buy signal right in there. I mean, this is just acting very, very good right now, and wouldn't have a problem being long in this. Use a T-line as a stop. That might be a little far down there for some. If it is, just tighten your stop up a little bit. You know, what might work for you? Maybe the low of Friday, or the open of Friday, perhaps. That might help some out if it's if you're afraid of too much stop down there. Let's see, that was CLSN. CLSN, little J-hook cradle type pattern right here. J-hook's a little more rounded. This is more of a cradle, I guess. A little bit squared off. Down, moving sideways, and then moving up. We've got a nice doji gap up, holding above the 20, closed above the T-line. We see a breakout here. You certainly want to be long on that breakout. It's a good looking chart. LPHI. LPHI. One to maybe do a little trading with. We've had this big pullback, and it pretty much big move up and pretty much pulled back all the way, just left a little bit on the bottom here. It is holding of the big three, and it looks like Thursday we had a low, and that low is holding so far by looking at Friday's candle. We need to see strength start moving this up. If it gets sloppy, and doesn't look like it's going to move up, I wouldn't be in it, because it may want to come right back and do a little more backfill here. So this is either it's working or it's not. Wouldn't be in it if it's not working. Well, today we better throw a little inverse in here. QID, little doji bullish engulf. Any kind of positive move over the T-line, over yesterday's, Friday's close, I would certainly look at being long. Keep an eye on the Qs. Keep an eye on Apple. If they start falling down, you might pick up a few dollars trading QID long. Of course, Apple short if you do that. MDRX. MDRX is moving up toward the T-line, or the 200-day moving average. I think it's going to get there. Will it get there today? That's hard to say. I think it's got the chart pattern that says it is. It's going to get there, that is. And a breakout of the 200-day moving average, if that becomes support, if you will keep an eye on that, if we can close above that and the bulls can hold in that area, then we may see this run up further using that 200-day moving average as a support area. XNPT, XNPT, that was a firecracker Friday. I would still be long this. Watch for any profit-taking pullbacks. That's what I would look for entries. Very nice T-line run. Let's take a look at the T-line chart. You can see how the line chart just comes in there, and you know when we start pulling back to the T-line, this is where you want to start to be a buyer. This is a good buy on dip candidate. Buy on those dips. You know where your stop's going to be, and then make some money as it pushes up. That was XNPT. A little TZA out there just in case the market starts to roll over. Little TZA. Tried to form a hammerish type candle. Closed up over the 20, just underneath the T-line. It needs to be on top of the T-line so the short-term bulls can feel good about themselves and continue moving. Right now, the bears still have control. Doesn't matter how good that candle is. Doesn't matter how good you think it is. The fact is it's still trading underneath the T-line, and that keeps the bears in that short-term control. You can see where the moving averages, and the reason I use the moving averages, for those who are wondering why use this is showing your trend. Candlesticks are merely the vehicle to move the trend. This is your trend, and the trend is still to the downside right now, so we need to see that change. So if you're going to trade some TZA, just trade it cautiously, make sure it's working in your favor. And then the last one I have here is a little bit of EDU. EDU is holding up very well. Nice little rounded bottom breakout here. It's rallied up, pulled back, a little consolidation. Ended up Friday with a nice little candle here. Let's see if this can start to break out, and if it does, we're certainly going to want to be long that. Quick look at the market. Let's see here. I've got the market around 145.63. So it looks like we're opening down a little bit, but yet above the T-line. We'll keep an eye on that. If we do start to breach that T-line with the candlesticks, what we're going to want to look at is what is the trend doing, and how much that candlestick is breaching the T-line, on how much power. And then we'll wait to the end of the day to see if the candlestick can close back up, because the trend right now is still up, and we need to, if we're going to get short, if we're going to give up on all of our longs and go to the short side, the trend needs to be turning down, and we don't want to get faked out here with just a little pop down and then all of a sudden it turn right back up. So stay on our toes. We'll keep an eye on these charts. We'll figure out what to do. I want to thank everyone for being here this morning. Be right back.